Oh, hey guys. Welcome to another movement sequence. We're on the beach. We're going to do some breathing to start. So place your hands on the sides of your rib cage for 360-degree breathing. Tongue resting on the roof of the mouth, breathing through the nose and allowing that breath to travel into your belly and expand the rib cage in 360 degrees. Allow that breath to fall into your lungs, nice and slow, and feel the flexibility of your rib cage expand. Slow, deep breaths here, expanding that rib cage, feeling those hands move out to the sides. Again, starting low in the belly and then bringing that breath up, expanding your rib cage in 360 degrees. Our rib cage moves. We want to facilitate that movement with some sensory information here using our hands. One nice last deep breath here, letting go of any tension with that breath. And we're going to go into some shakes. So start by bouncing up and down, allowing those shoulders, those hands, whatever, allow those areas to get relaxed and heavy. Feel the 3 points or the 4 corners of your feet support you on the ground. And go into some wiggles here. Shoulder shimmy, pelvic shimmy. Allowing any sort of tension to dissipate from your body. Get rid of it here. Wiggle those legs. An objective here is to feel your muscles, feel the tissues of the body wiggle, relax. Wiggle those arms, those hands, those wrists. Shake it all out. Oh yeah. Anything that's stressing you out, let it go right here. Okay, let's open up those hearts. This is basically 20 self-hugs. So just go ahead and give yourself a nice little hug, smacking yourself on the back, on the lats. And you can see I'm playing around with where I'm looking here. That's something you can do. Or just stay looking forward. No need to really throw those hands super far back and hyperextend through the chest. But as you open up, allow that to occur. Maintaining a nice steady breath here. You could sway from side to side. Make this your own little dance. Some tough love with some smacking of the body and opening up through your heart. Let's go into some chi breaths. So on the inhale, let's bring those hands tall as we stand tall. Exhale, sink down into your hips, into your knees, into your ankles as those hands come down. Use this as an opportunity to harmonize with yourself. Notice your inhales and your exhales start to get longer. And the smoothness of your movement. Maybe the expression of your movement. into the breathing bend here. So we're gonna inhale tall, exhale as we reach down to the ground or our feet, or you could take it a step further like I am and reach back between your legs. We want to make sure we're standing tall here, feeling those hips come through and support us. And then bring those arms back, stretching wide open through the shoulders and the chest. As we bend over here, you can tell I'm staying secure in my body, but I'm rounding through the back, doing what feels good, exhaling as I reach back, inhaling as I stand tall. Going at your own pace, your own tempo, your own range. And we're breathing here. Doing what you can. All right, you go ahead and stretch out real quick before we go into some arm circles. Now, you can start really easy here. So just going easy through the range of motion. And then over time, you'll find some connection throughout the entire arm and shoulder and back. And then we can start to smooth this out. Then we can start to add some tension to it and get in tune with our body. Let's reverse directions here. Again, go at your own tempo here and your own range. So your arm circles may not look like this, and that's completely fine. Build an understanding for what you do have as far as your range, and then over time, you're going to allow your nervous system to become more safe and comfortable in those positions. All right, wide stance here. You're gonna swing one arm across the body as you pivot and then come into a rotational lunge here. So I'm reaching up to the sky and then reaching that opposite arm back, the side of the leg that is forward. So simply just rotating through the body here and getting a nice opening, staying active through my back leg there. So I'm creating a line from the heel all the way up to my fingertips. And just breathe in here, feeling things out, building an understanding of how your hips are or how your hips function in this split stance fashion. Finishing up, shaking out those legs, and we're gonna go into the swaying seaweed. So we're right by the ocean here, or at least we can imagine we are, and we're just gonna be like seaweed in the ocean. So the water is supporting me. I can sway my body. I'm feeling everything sway. So weight shifting from side to side. My hips might move a bit. I definitely want my spine, my rib cage to move, my neck, my jaw. I'm wiggling in the chair right now. Have some fun with this one. You can see I'm involving my hands now. Whatever helps you lubricate and feel the body. We want to think in terms of serpentine here, so a nice swaying pattern. All right, we're going to go into some wrist rolls here. So again, feel free to go at your own pace here. I have the tendency to come hot out the gates, but staying at a range that feels good. This is one where I really tried to create a lot of range through my wrist in the past, rather than just sitting with what I have and building awareness with it. So I encourage you to do that. Sit with it. Maybe go smaller range and see how that feels. You can go ahead and switch directions. You can also see I'm playing around with different positions. So if you do any sort of overhead pressing or anything over your head, this could be challenging for you in a very positive way. So playing around with different angles, different positionings is one of my favorite things to do with this practice. Shake out those wrists, and we're gonna go into the breathing hand throw. Inhaling as those arms come up, we open up through the chest and the shoulders, and then exhale as you throw those hands down. Imagine you just stuck your hands in the ocean and they're all wet, and you just gotta dry them off. You can see I'm incorporating some head movement here. Really, whatever comes up for your body, using this as an opportunity to listen to your body, and you might get some signals, be like, hey, this feels good, I'm gonna go into this. Maybe I'm rotating my shoulder a little bit differently. Maybe I'm shifting my weight from side to side, seeing how that feels, seeing how that engages with my spine, my rib cage. Or you take the range a little bit further, you slow it down. You can see I'm kind of doing that right here. Oh, and there I go, I pick it up. Playing around with this one, so good just to engage the entire body together and harmonize that body with your breath. Okay, getting into some more motion. You can tell my body's feeling better. It's more resilient here. Look at the spinal movement here now. Now I do this stuff every day, and so it took me a while to open up all these channels, but I guarantee you this stuff's gonna feel very similar to what I'm experiencing as I'm going through it. The double jellyfish, lots of ocean themed ones. You're just simply going to make jellyfish-like motions with your hands. Calm face, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, breathing through that nose, and feeling the connection between your fingertips, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, and you might even feel that travel up into your shoulders and your back. And again, getting expressive with your movement here. Feel free to shake your hands out. Now you can see I'm going bigger jellyfish here. Maybe a seagull. So yeah, here you'll really start to feel the expressiveness, the connection going all the way into your back. We want dexterity, we want control with our movements of our hands and whatnot. All right, feel free to shake out your hands a little bit before this one. Double wrist figure 8. So you're going to start with leading with the thumb. I'm making a figure 8 motion. Turn a little bit for you. A figure 8 motion with my wrists and leading with the thumb. Getting very expressive, articulating each finger. And then let's reverse it, leading with the pinky now. If you're struggling with one of these movements, one of these directions, that's okay. Acknowledge that as an opportunity to challenge your nervous system, challenge your brain, and you will get better at it for sure. Okay, elbow rolls, you're going to pull those hands back through and then down and out in front as you curl them back. Driving the motion with the elbows here. Excellent opportunity to get into the biceps, to get into the forearms and the triceps. All that stuff is going to impact how your elbow moves and feels. Let's reverse directions. revealing your hands to the ocean now. And you can see getting long through that bicep, long through that elbow. All right, the chi twist, let's go into it. Twist and tap the body. We are breathing here. Nice little taps on the hips, on the kidney, the lower back area. And you can see I'm really going with the arm throw here as I'm twisting through there. But you can just simply twist your arms around more of a sedentary torso if you'd like. And I highly encourage you to just give yourself some light taps on the body. This is great for sensory information, great for circulation, great for detoxification of your lymphatic system. We're going to be talking about all this fun stuff in the lessons of active de-stress. But here, just feel your body. Now you can bring those hands up to the chest area if you'd like. Oh man, Grant is getting after it today. So much so he almost fell over. You can see me smiling, laughing out there. Have a fun time with this. This stuff is such a great opportunity to laugh, to breathe, and to have some great moments with yourself. You can bend over, stand tall, just keep on breathing and letting go of any tension. Maybe you're finding a good rotational groove through your body. Talk about harmony. Rotation, feeling these patterns, these rhythms. Oh, this stuff's great. Start doing some weird stuff, whatever. That is the chi twist. Okay, we're gonna go into some chi balling here. So compress your hands together like you got a basketball, a soccer ball, a chi ball, whatever it is. And all you're going to do is you're going to roll your shoulders back and think about getting into those lats. So creating a figure eight or infinity symbol motion with your upper body here, with your shoulders around your rib cage, and just play around with it. Okay, we're gonna go into some light chest taps. So I'm going real hard here, but you can go real soft, all right? We're just trying to open up some of the tissue around the chest, so you can start more by the shoulder, work your way in closer to the sternum. And if any of these areas are really sensitive for you, just do a nice little light massage, maybe with your fist. Again, opening up the tissues, smacking the upper traps here. Great way to relax through the shoulder area. Some tough love. All right, we're gonna go into standing pelvic circles here, placing your hands on your hips, about hip width or shoulder width apart with your feet, and we're just drawing circles with our pelvis. Switch directions. Eyes forward, breathing. And if you're scrunching up in the face, give yourself a nice little straight faced smile, closed mouth smile, and breathe. All right, rotational energy push. I really like to exhale as I push over to the side and drive my opposite elbow back. So you can see I'm in a small little squat here, and then there's a little bounce to it. So exhale, inhale in the center, exhale as you come through. You could totally slow this breathing pattern down, slow the movement down, rotating through the body and pressing that energy. So driving back with one elbow, that's the pull, and then we got the push across. can see I'm using my eyes here as well. I'm looking where I'm pressing, or maybe even a little bit further into the rotation. Pairing that movement with your breath. Okay, we're gonna go into some knee circles, and today we'll place our hands on our knees, and you're just drawing circles. Feel the connection between your feet, your ankles, switch directions, your knees, your hips, maybe even traveling higher up into the upper body. Good opportunity to just feel everything connected. Now let's bring those feet together. We'll go a little Tootsie Roll, knee circle action. So that now the knees are traveling in the same direction. Same thing here. It's not just the knees moving, it's a dance. Everything is working together. Feel that connection. Switch directions here. Opening up those ankles, those knees, those hips, those feet. Feel free to shake everything out. We're gonna go into some marching, the standing cross crawl. So exhaling as we crunch down, drive that elbow to the knee, and inhale as we stand tall. And you can see right here, I'm working real hard to keep my one of my arms up straight and then my eyes forward. That's a bit more challenging in terms of stability and just the neurological input. So feel free to challenge yourself with that or regress. We talked about in previous videos, just coming down and tapping that knee with your hand so there's not as much upper body crunch. Drive into that standing leg as you exhale and crunch down. Feeling the support of the standing leg so you can bring that knee up and meet it with your elbow. Great opportunity here to get in a good pattern with your breath and feel how that exhale is going to help you engage your core naturally. And then as we breathe in and lengthen, how we open up through the belly, and that breath can come in a nice, relaxed, and therapeutic fashion. Ideally, breathe it in through the nose, and then whatever you want to do, out the mouth, out the nose. Okay, the chi squat. Yes! We've harmonized our body quite a bit. Now let's bring it into the squat. So I encourage you to be expressive with your hands, with your arms, whatever you want to do. Exhale as you press on out. Inhale as you stand tall. Staying at your depth, your range. And here I can just say I was really visualizing pressing that energy and then pulling it up from the ground here. So play around with different scenarios. Where is that energy coming from? And the more you can engage with the energy or just with your own body, that connection that you build, that's going to translate to whatever. If we can engage our body and feel support throughout our body without any load elsewhere doing that for us, then when we do get to the load, we'll really be able to control that weight and feel secure and safe in our own body. So excellent opportunity on how this applies to your movement in the gym and day-to-day life. All right, you can stand up from your squat, and we're gonna explore for 2 minutes. So here are some ideas. All I'm doing is I'm creating a little figure 8 with my hips and my lower body. Little of that seaweed sway, but exaggerated. And here I'm just playing around with hand and arm movement. This is going to be those elbow circles, but I'm alternating them. And again, just using this as an opportunity to feel connection throughout the body. And here you can really try and do what I'm doing, or do your own thing. I mean, this is some Mr. Miyagi stuff right here. And then now you can see I'm throwing some frisbees. You know, I actually did throw some frisbees on this beach later that day. So, you know, mental preparation for activities later on here. An opportunity to harmonize each movement with a part of your breath and feel that weight shifting from side to side. Now I'm going to reverse it, and I'm going to punch through a little bit. So you can see how all these movements that we've done so far today, now you can see I'm doing a little chi ball action. All these movements can tie together into something that is flowy, experimental, personal, and I'll say super fun. Okay, teacups with a side of randomness. I don't remember what that randomness is, but if you cannot do the teacup or you're completely lost, we'll be going over this in more detail in the program. So you could just throw some frisbees or keep on experimenting. Otherwise, acting like we got a teacup on our hand, bringing it around our head, out to the side, and then underneath. Threading that needle right through there. And here comes that randomness, so do your thing. I mean, all I'm doing is giving you some ideas. I will encourage you to embrace some freedom with your movement, but also when we need to buckle down and there's some details, I'll be sure to let you know about those as well. Enjoy the sounds of the ocean. Enjoy your day. That is our movement session. My feet were cold. I remember this. Have a great day.